All right, so again, we've arrived at the station here at Flett. The siding is right beside us here. Over there you can see the big pile of discarded ties. So let's talk a little bit about the station here at Flett. So Flett was an original station. Again, as we always mentioned, that the Grand Trunk had a tradition of naming their stations alphabetically. And so obviously this was the F station, so being Flett. To the east was Ellis, and to the west is Griff. A station was constructed here in 1912, a Grand Trunk Type E station. Don't have a picture of one here at Ellis, sorry, at Flett, but if you go to my website, and there's going to be a link to this station, and then there's going to be a link to the page in general. You're going to find, if you go to the page on Dona, you'll see some pictures of a Type E station. And so the station was constructed here in 1912, was probably removed in the early 1960s, along with a lot of the other stations on the line at the time. The siding remained here, so the siding remained up until the line was abandoned. So, and there are some pictures on the internet. I've seen some pictures. There was a Via train that was rerouted through here, and somebody grabbed some pictures of the train, the Via train here in the siding. Here you can see some remnants of the line, and so you can see there's a number of ties that are still in place. So if I come on this side here, you can kind of see them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ties still here. So that's kind of a neat little remnant. And so again, kind of very odd that they would have, Grand Trunk would have gone through the trouble of basically putting all of these station houses on the line, like literally going through the middle of nowhere. Right, there would have been nobody here. So according to the census records, in 1911 there were 6 people that were shown at Flett, and in 1921 there was 5. Right, so literally nobody here, basically like a small section crew that would have been working here. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go take a little bit of a look for the station. I'm going to show you the footage that we shot a couple of weeks ago. So we did get some good footage of the hunt for the station here. Okay, so we're here at Flett Station, and we're going to try to take a little bit of a closer look at where the actual station building could have been. I know that the kind of where the map points it to and where the mileage goes is a little bit over there, but maybe over here would have been a good candidate. You can see kind of we have this flat area right here, right beside the railway grade. The siding is just right there, and then over here we found something that was, I'm just going to poke around here and see if there's anything else kind of lurking around here. There was something I found that kind of makes me think a little bit. So what we have more of it here. So you have all this, I don't know if this was just dumped here, but basically we have all of this wire reinforced concrete. There's a bunch of it here, and there's a bunch of it here, right here, right? It actually looks like there's a berm. It actually looks like there's a berm right here, right? There's a berm, and there's more of this concrete here. There's a whole bunch of it. And then somewhere here, right here, there's a big hole in the ground, a big depression, and you can see more of this concrete all around here. So I'm wondering if that was the concrete was part of the foundation of the building. Never seen something like that. This was part of the foundation of the building. I could feel it all underneath my feet here, and this depression in here was the root cellar. You could see more of it over there. So again, we know that the station was a Grand Trunk Type E that was built here in 1912, and then probably in the 1960s is when all the stations were taken out. So this concrete is, unless it was dumped here, but again, that depression leaves some question marks. So again, that could have very well been the site of where this could be very well where the site of the station was. Again, I don't think there's too many people around still that will remember where exactly the station was. If you happen to watch this video and you know, please let me know. But again, this could likely be a candidate here. Okay, let's get rolling here. My legs are just absolutely killing me. We had a long bike ride yesterday. We did 27 kilometers yesterday because, again, we did the hike we were supposed to do and we redid part of this one. And now we've done a hike that was 9 miles, and now we're redoing a couple of miles of this one. So lots of biking. Thank God it's warm. Again, a little too sunny. I wish there was a little bit more cloud, but I mean, it is what it is. We just gotta deal with it. Again, this is a very, very popular area. A lot of people come here to visit the feature which we're heading towards, which is the Flett Tunnel. And it's one of the most well-known tunnels in the area. There's not very many tunnels in this area, but there's a few. So here you can see a little bit of rock work here on the north side. Not particularly high, maybe in the 4-foot range or so. Got another rock cut coming up here. Lots of rock work in this area, lots of embankments. So the first time I ever came through this area was in 1996. I came to visit the tunnel. And then was here in 2020. And then I was here in the beginning of July, and then I was back here at the end of September, and then I was here a couple weeks ago. So I've seen a lot of this area in in the past year. So again, 20th of October today. Kind of really interesting. When we were here a couple of weeks ago, the leaves were just starting to kind of reach peak. Still lots of, still quite a bit of green. Hadn't quite turned, you know, the full shade of yellow. And then literally last week we hit peak. And then we got some really cold nights this past week. There was one night it went down to -8, and poof, all of the leaves were gone. So here we're getting into this next rock cut, and so you can see it's just primarily on the north side here. You can see it's probably in the, I don't know, 8-foot range, maybe pushing 10 feet here. Oh, there's a partridge. So lots of birds out. Actually saw one hunter back there when we first started the episode. We did the first segment. There's another piece of rock cut coming up here. So again, this is a redo of the redo. So again, we could see a little bit more. Again, I wish it was a little cloudier, a little less bright, but I mean, We just work with what we got. So here you can see this rock cut a little bit taller, probably over 10 feet. Not sure what's all the graffiti. I don't understand why people do that, you know. And so you can see there's a little bit of rock work here on the south side. We'll see how that footage looks. Maybe we'll use the we'll see if the one from a couple weeks ago looks okay, because obviously there's gonna be a lot of contrast between the light and the dark here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna zip you ahead until we get to where we're close to the tunnel. Just enjoy the beauty here of northwestern Ontario. So a little bit of rock work here. Just a few little boulders here and there. Again, lots of rock cuts and then high embankments. There is a major river to the south, and so you get lots of little tributaries and things that are flowing towards that river. The bridge, that's the end of this hike, has a tributary of that river. The river is the Matawan, and the tributary is the Oscodaga River. So again, pretty high embankment here. We're probably a good 20 feet at least up. So we're gonna be up on the tunnel here momentarily. So again, major attraction here. I'm surprised I don't see anybody. I don't know if the amount of traffic has declined. So since Wagner took over, you need a permit to be on the railway grade here. And I don't know if people are just not doing that. The last time I was through here, there was somebody in the tunnel on my way back. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to hold up, and then we've already recorded this section here, so we'll use that footage through the tunnel.